Billionaires will tell you that the best way to get rich is to take what's been proven to work for hundreds of years and then use mechanisms from the future to take it to the next level. And ever since I heard that quote, I've been trying to figure out what that is. Like, how can I take the future and apply it to what I already know? And I think I've found it. So in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how I'm planning to use AI to add a $500,000 a year income stream with a method that anyone can copy and make 10 to 20K a month, hopefully way more. We're talking about making AI do 90% of your workload, and all you have to do is plug it into an existing model that we already know works. I am telling you that this is the biggest money-making opportunity of 2025. Nobody's talking about it. Real quick, before I get into this, let me just give you some context. I've been an entrepreneur for 5 years now. I've personally made over $10 million online. I've done everything from copywriting to running an agency to playing around with crypto to coaching to info stuff to consulting to even a tiny little e-com project. But regardless, this is exactly what I'm planning on investing my time into in 2025, and I think that might be a sign that you should too. The reason for that is because I know that leveraging AI is going to be the most effective way for you to make 10 to 20K a month online and for me to make a little bit more because I'm more experienced. The only reason I'm showing you this is because I believe there's more than enough to go around, and I want to help as many people as possible get in early before the rest of the world, the normies, catch on. So if you've been struggling to make money online, or you just want a low effort, high profit margin business that you can kind of run in the background, then you should pay attention, because I'm going to break down exactly what I'm doing and how I'm doing it and how you can copy it. Let me first just give you an example of how massive this shift is. For centuries, if you wanted to buy something, you had to physically go to a store, walk in, talk to a bunch of people, pay with cash, and then leave. That was the only way. Then Amazon came along. Suddenly, in the click of a button, you could get whatever you want, like whatever you want, delivered to your door. And that one shift turned Amazon into a $1 trillion company. And right now, the exact same thing is happening to another industry. Except this time, regular people, not billionaires, are the ones that are gonna benefit most. Because what Amazon did for shopping, AI is doing for business services. And if you know how to position yourself between AI and those businesses, you can create a system that makes you money. It's not passive, still requires a little bit of effort, but it's extremely low effort. If you didn't know this already, I'll gladly be the first to tell you, but every business in the world needs a ton of written content to help them sell products for their business. For the past few hundred years, this has been called copywriting. So when you're writing copy, you're writing emails, ads, landing pages, social media content, blogs, package inserts, whatever. These are all things that bring in customers and generate sales, make a ton of money for these businesses. I've written emails for businesses that have generated 6 figures over the course of 48 hours. I've written ads that have generated 7 figures in their lifetime. And I've scripted social media posts that have gotten millions of views from my clients and generated another 6 figures for their pipeline. The skill of writing marketing content, copywriting, is in extremely high demand. And right now, business owners are paying thousands of dollars a month to freelancers and agencies and even employees to write marketing content so that they can make money. And that's how I made my first couple $100,000 online, except the crazy part is AI can do what I used to do in hours, in seconds. Now I know you're thinking, Mace, why would I get paid money to do this if a business owner can just do it themselves? The problem is that most business owners have no idea how AI works or how to use it properly. They don't have time to learn it, they don't know what prompts to use, and they don't trust it yet because they still see AI the way that regular people do, which I'm going to talk about in a second. Business owners also don't trust themselves to be able to distinguish if the AI content is good enough to run. And they're paying people who understand marketing and understand copywriting to basically be like an AI watchdog, like a second pair of eyes to make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do. And that's where we come in. By we, I mean me and you. I have built a system where AI handles 90% of the work for me. Let's talk about what the actual fulfillment process looks like for an AI copywriter. Client request comes in. Hey Mace, I need an email written about XYZ. I take what they just told me, copy and paste it into Claude. It spits out a draft and I tweak it over the course of like 5 minutes. And then I wait a few minutes to make it look like I did it myself. And then I send it back. I'm recording this beginning of March. Last month in February 2025, I made $41,000 working really not that much by doing exactly what I just told you. Let me take you back to 2021 when I made $48,000 in a single month. So I made a bit more money with copywriting then than I did last month, but the difference is I worked like 60 hours then and I worked 12 hours in February. Let me just run you quickly through a day in the life of October 2021 Mace, making $48,000 a month as a copywriter. I would wake up at 5:30 in the morning. I would have a glass of water. And with that glass of water, I was taking a 60 milligram Vyvanse pill because I had so much work to do that I could not do it without performance enhancers. By 6:15, it was starting to kick in. I would hop in my car, go to Tim Hortons. I would get 4 extra large decaf coffees. I would go back to the crib, drink those coffees over the course of like 4 hours. And from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., I would get all of the work done that I had to do. And I was doing these like crazy Vyvanse days, like 2-3 times a week. I had so many clients, I had so much stuff I had to do that I literally could not handle the workload, but I wanted to make money. A day in the life of February 2025 Mace, where I made only $7,000 less dollars. So first of all, I have clients paying me more. So I'm making more per client than I was back then. So I technically have less clients, way less clients. And specifically, one of my projects was I got paid $8,000 to write a VSL. And this is kind of low for me. I wouldn't normally take a VSL on at $8,000, but he was kind of a friend, so I kind of did him a favor. A VSL is a video sales letter. It's a very common gig for a copywriter. It's very lucrative. Sometimes you can charge $15,000, $20,000 and then get rev share on the back of it. I've written VSLs before where I've made like 50, 60 grand off of it just because of the rev share. Problem is though, it takes a long time to do. And I barely knew this guy. So I knew it was gonna take me like 2 or 3 days to finish this VSL. I used Claude to help me write this VSL in 4.5 hours. So instead of me having to take 3 days to make $8,000, I made $8,000 in 4.5 hours. That's about an $1,800 hourly rate. I challenge you to find me somebody that makes $1,800 an hour and gets away with using AI to do most of the work. So that's my experience using AI for copywriting. Let's talk about what it is for most people. I've been saying that copywriting is the best way to make money online for a long time because I believe it is. I believe that almost anyone can learn the skill of copywriting as long as they've passed 5th grade English and they speak English fluently. But even still, there's a mental block that stops people from making money. These were the issues that they used to have. They had zero confidence in their writing ability, which made them afraid to do outreach, which caused them to make less money because they were doing less outreach, which made them quit and they never made it work. They weren't confident in their product. They didn't believe that they could provide results for these businesses, so they just never did it. The deal is though, with AI, you know that your quality of work will automatically be a 7 out of 10. Like no matter what. You're not gonna have spelling mistakes, you're not gonna have stupid errors, you're not gonna have any like structural issues. It's gonna be a 7 out of 10. With some style tweaks and edits to make it sound human, it becomes an 8 out of 10. And when you really understand how AI works and you can make it do whatever you want, it becomes a 9 out of 10, which means you are more competent and capable and skilled than 90% of the copywriters in the world. And if you're automatically that good, there's no reason why you can't make 20K a month doing this. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about how this actually works. All right, so now let's break down how this actually works and how you can start doing it. Step 1, you gotta find businesses that need help with marketing, which is pretty much every business. The thing that I've been teaching forever that somehow still works is using Instagram to find people who have businesses. I like working with info product sellers. I like working with e-com brands. I like working with local businesses sometimes if they have money. And from your personal Instagram account, you can send them cold pitches. Just search up whoever you want to work with, click on any of the profiles that come up under that search, and then pitch them. And what you can do because you have AI is you can move way more confidently than you would have before. So if they're using email marketing, they're making money off an email list. So you can come in and say something like, hey name, I noticed you're sending emails. If I could get a 20% better result, make you 20% more money with those emails, would you be open to a quick chat? If not, no worries. And now you're thinking, oh shit, how am I gonna beat their current copywriter by 20%? I'm gonna show you how in a second, it's fun. So like I said, that's like the traditional way of doing it, the way that's like, you know, super high volume, you can bang it out, super reliable, it's always gonna work. Like finding people on Instagram, pitching them in their DMs. But let me tell you a different one, a little bit more creative, a little bit more crafty. You can go to YouTube and type in, why aren't my emails converting? You're gonna find a bunch of videos of people talking about how to get better conversion rates with emails. But in the comments of each of those videos, you're gonna find business owners who are saying stuff like, oh, let me try this, oh, I hope this works, huh? Or like, oh, maybe this helped, let me see if this works. Like you just have a bunch of business owners sitting there who are struggling with their emails. If you can find them on social media, you can say something like, hey name, this is gonna sound super weird, but I saw you in the comment section of a YouTube video talking about how your emails aren't working. You can say, I guarantee that no matter what you're running right now, I can beat it. And you don't even have to pay me if it doesn't. If you're interested in this, then let's chat. And you're walking in confident because you have a supercharged robot who's gonna do all the work for you. It's like if you walk in and your girlfriend's like, oh, screaming because there's a spider on the wall. And you're like, I can kill that spider. Not because you're a super macho guy, but just because you have an RPG on your shoulder. You're going to fire a rocket at the spider and it's going to die and everyone's going to be fine. Why would you be afraid? You have an RPG. That's how you can move when you have AI on your side, but not if you use it like everybody else. Most people don't know how to use AI because they'll like type in some random prompt thinking that that's going to work and then it spits out some garbage and you're like, oh, I knew AI copywriting is BS. That's not how it works, bro. You have to tell AI exactly what you want. And you could be super specific too. So for example, the first DM script that I gave you was like, we want to improve this person's email list by 20%. You can prompt AI and say something literally along the lines of, you are a copywriter and you are the best copywriter in America. You have 20 years of direct response experience and you are unstoppable. Nobody can beat your controls. Your job is to take this email that already exists and you basically just copy the email and throw it in there. And I want you to employ copywriting techniques and direct response techniques and marketing levers that will double the conversion rate of this email. I want you to make it sound human, make it engaging. Don't sound like a robot, but make it convert. It sounds dumb because it's like, why doesn't everyone just do that? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like if you just say, write me a marketing email for this business, it's gonna write you just a regular marketing email. It's not gonna pay attention to the things that you want it to do. It's not gonna go all out. It's not gonna try as hard as it should try to get the result that you're trying to get. You can tell it exactly what you want, and a lot of times it'll give it to you. So right now, I'm taking an email that I stole from Brooke Hiddink, where he sells like high ticket dropshipping. I'm gonna do exactly what I just said. Hey Claude, I say keep the same tone of voice and make it sound human and authentic. Okay, so this is what we got. You can pause and read this. So if I were to edit this, I would get rid of that. We don't need the Spanish translation. I also don't like when it does this, where it's like last month alone, question mark. It always does that. I would turn that into a comma. Same thing over here. And here's the beautiful part. I would even change that word. I would say maybe most exciting, but here's what separates the winners from the dreamers. And your professors. Okay, I kind of like that. It's kind of creative. You might think it's corny, but I think it's pretty good. And I would, again, get rid of the question mark because I just don't like it. Just doesn't style well. I would say, if you want your piece of the $8.1 trillion pie, create a short video. And then I would say, okay, so again, I'm coaching the AI. In just 11 minutes, you'll discover the 3-step product selection formulas. 90% of steps. Okay, this is great. This is honestly really good. I'm really happy with this. So you can see here that we took an email that was already good. I know Brooke's copywriter. I know he's certified. And this technically might beat what he did, especially after I changed a couple of things here. So now that you've seen kind of how that stuff works, and I literally just showed you live, let's talk about why you need to do this right now. So you just watched me write like a really good email in about 3 minutes. What business owners are paying for is multiple emails per week, 3 to 5. And if they're that good, they're gonna make a lot of money. And if you're doing 3 emails a week, it would literally take you about 15, 20 minutes per week to get this work done. And you have all this time on your hands. So maybe you wanna write them a ton of ads. Maybe you wanna write them like 10, 20 ad scripts a week. Maybe you wanna script them 10, 20 reels a week. Maybe you wanna test different headlines on their website every single week. That is still an hour of your week. And you are providing so much value to them that they don't even know what to do. Like this is what a $5,000 a month retainer looks like. So I'll give an example of one of mine. I have a $6,000 a month retainer. It's 3 emails a week. 1 FaceTime call is basically consulting, and sometimes I'll script reels. That's $6,000 a month. And outside of the FaceTime call, which I would do for free because I love this guy, he's funny as hell, the actual work takes me literally 10 minutes a week, maybe 15 if I really have to mess with Claude and make it do different stuff. 45 minutes a week, $6,000 a month. If you have 2 of these clients, like what I have, you're making $145,000 a year. 2 clients. And you're technically working about 30, 40 minutes a week. Is this like best case scenario? Absolutely. Like right off the bat, it might be tough for you to find clients that are gonna pay you $6,000 a month, but you can absolutely find clients to pay you $2,000 to $5,000 a month. And again, let's say you have 3 clients paying you $3,000 a month. That's $9,000 a month. You're making $108K a year, more than most business owners. And let's say you're just doing emails for them, maybe a couple of other random things. You are making $9,000 a month in like 30, 40 minutes a week. Think about all the time you're getting back. Remember when I told you about how I was making $48,000 a month, but I was working 60 hours a week? Around the same time, earlier that year when I was making $9,000, $10,000 a month, I was still working like 30, 40 hours a week. If I had AI, I would not have that issue. You can literally scale to the fucking moon. Pardon my language. You can get 10 clients paying you 3 to 5K a month and make, on average 40 a month. And you are literally working like maybe 4 or 5 hours a week. This is why AI is so important for copywriting, and this is why you need to jump on this. So let me just be perfectly clear by saying that AI isn't going anywhere, but right now, we're still early. AI, when it first came out, was like Bitcoin in 2008, where it had a ton of potential, but it was like fractions of pennies. It wasn't worth anything. Most smart people would be like, I don't know about that. Not gonna put my money there. So no one's buying Bitcoin at 0.0001 cents. But AI right now is like Bitcoin in like 2011 when it was like $30. You can see that there's a trend. You can see that people are starting to use this a little bit more, and maybe this is where you should put some attention into. In 2011, those people who bought Bitcoin and actually got in early, people who understood what was going on, are now millionaires, if not billionaires. Same thing, think of YouTube in 2010. Not YouTube in 2005 when it was like literally just a baby little website, like there wasn't anything going on back then. But in 2010, people understood like, okay, this is growing and we should probably invest in this. But the creators on YouTube who started in 2010 are like superstars now. Like the people who actually took advantage of it and made it work are like celebrities. I hope you're seeing a pattern because the same thing is happening with AI. Right now, business owners are just now kind of waking up to it. They know it's powerful, but they don't know how to use it. And that is where the gold rush is. Because when the market does catch up, when AI becomes normal and everyone's using it, you're either going to be someone who saw the opportunity and built a business around it early, or you're going to be left in the dust trying to do something else. I cannot stress this enough. You are in a rare window of time where businesses are willing to pay thousands of dollars a month for AI generated marketing just because they don't have the time, knowledge, or the systems to do it themselves. But what about you? Do you have the time? Do you have the knowledge or the system? You probably have the time, for sure. If you're watching me, killing time watching Cardinal Mace videos on YouTube, but you might not have the knowledge and you might not have the system, and I'll offer that to you right now if you want. I have a video in the description that goes a little bit more in depth. It's like a training video, and if it looks good, then you should work with me one-on-one so I can help you do this. I have both children, like 13, 14, 17-year-olds, and grown adults in their 40s, 50s, and one person in their 60s, making money doing exactly this. If you want to jump on AI copywriting, that is the only place really on the internet that you can go. But no matter what, I need you to understand that this is a very important time in the online business world. Things are changing. There's a lot of people that are gonna now be able to make money when they could not before, because AI is democratizing marketing content. The people that are listening to me and riding with me are gonna do the best, and a lot of people who don't even really give a shit and don't even try will probably still make money. Like, that's how crazy this is. Like, you could probably not try that hard and probably still make money. But if you wanna take it serious, that's why you would work with me. Regardless, this is what I plan on talking about now. This is the thing that I'm most excited about. I'm gonna show you what I'm doing for my clients. I'm gonna show you how you can do it for your clients. I can show you how you can get clients. I wanna show you this stuff. So like, comment, subscribe if you care about this, if you're interested in AI and you're interested in AI copywriting and you're interested in making 10 to 20K a month at some point in 2025. Hope you enjoyed this video. Can't wait to see what happens with you and your bank account this year. I'm gonna go make $500,000. I don't know about you, but I'll see you in the next video.